Oh, crap. I meant to turn that lever again. Um... Piss. Alright, guess we're doing that later as well. Whatever. Not happy about that. Really should have remembered to turn it. Now, another thing to be careful about is that these traps in Sen's Fortress, they do respawn, like just the traps themselves, after about like 4 or 5 minutes of gameplay. So don't think you're completely safe. And there we hear the same noise as the rock being turned. And so here's the rock again. So I'm going to go the safe way. It is possible if you have a light enough equipment burden, or if you have this item called the Darkwood Grain Ring that increases your movement speed a little bit, you can actually run up there safely and not be hit. I don't have a good tendency of it, and I'm carrying a 10-pound club on my right shoulder. So yeah, not even going to mess with it. Not going to pretend to. So again, we're on the bloody elevator, so we're just going to turn around and get on moving. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to turn the crank. Oh, that's the other thing. Since I walked to that doorway, the crank turned back the original way that it's supposed to be. And so now I can actually backtrack to here and now and save myself some time. So I don't feel like doing this later or cutting this in. But here we find...
You seem quite innocent. A rare thing these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have bright ideas as soon as you set me free. I'm old and empty-handed, but I can prepare you with knowledge and sorcery. This place is melting my mind. The inactivity is ridiculous. Oh, heavens! Thank you, I say. And I have to resume my travels. But I must log a few things first, and I will move you. I will return to Farming Shrine. Speak with me there, so that I may impart my sorcery.
Now, I haven't done a lot of talking in this playthrough, but if you talk to the sorcerer that you save at Firelink Shrine, he tells you that he has a mentor named Big Hat Logan, and that he went traveling, and if you keep talking to him enough and like stopping and checking on him, he'll tell you that Big Hat went to traverse Sen's Fortress alone. So that is your only clue that Big Hat is somewhere in here, and besides just exploring in general, there's really no hint that that's where Big Hat is. But there's a bunch of things like that in Sen's Fortress here, where you really have to go out of your way to like re-explore, or if you're playing with somebody, they might try to lead you, and you might want to, partake in following them if it doesn't look like a blatant trap. So here we're going to wait for... Actually, here's what we'll do. We'll take all this off. So I have now the fastest equipment load. And I've already started late. I'll probably die from this. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. Don't want it. Don't like it. Not doing it. Don't like it. I don't wanna. Can't make me. Alright, anyways, nonetheless, that's actually a huge shortcut in and of itself, what I just did. So, if you ever need to... get this back on. Wanderer. Elite and Elite. Yep, I'm a coward. No problem saying it. But here's normally when people will... what they'll do is they'll turn the crank either this way or that way to open up that door, and then they'll come back here and they'll backtrack back down to Sigmire of Katarina. Now, even when you change the trajectory of these boulders, he doesn't ever make mention of it. He doesn't say, like, oh, thank you, now I'll continue on. Or at least I've never gotten him to say things like that. Oh. Oh. So here we can see yet another trap. Now this one's really cute that you can just walk over the first one and keep your shield up and you're fine. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Although this tends to be the one big trap that gets everybody, is 4 blades together. Now, a cute trick I found out, by holding up my shield, you can actually walk into the side of a blade if you wait for it to pass in front of you first. And I can't get a good camera angle on it. But you can actually walk into the side of a blade and you're not hurt. And you actually don't need your shield up at all. So what I like to do is I get ready by holding our sprint button. And then once this blade comes, I start running into it. And you'll just run through all of them, no matter how heavy you are. Another thing, and I'm not sure if I did a good job. This is bad. Instant heal. Oh, playing so bad. Alright, playing some pretty gosh awful here. Why can't I get off a backstab on him? There we go. Should not have been as difficult as it was. I was trying to parry him, is actually what it was. Showboating. This guy, I tend to just like to take him on as directly as possible. Now, mind you, I always play with heavy weapons. Other than that, you can just run right behind him and backstab him. But I take care of him first, because if you try to come down this path, he'll aggro, and he'll follow you down the stairwell, and he'll come up and try to attack you from behind. For this guy. So he's going to hiss at us. Man, my timing is terrible tonight. I've been playing too much League of Legends. Ugh. Yeah, so most of these man serpents, like these big ones, you actually can't break their poise with a kick, which is another really interesting game mechanic that they entered in now, is that they have these enemies that are taller than you, and although for some reason you can parry the man serpents, although I've done a terrible job of displaying this, they can be parried and riposted. They can be backstabbed, they can be parried and riposted, and there was one enemy in the game that I thought of that you can backstab, and I don't know if you can parry and riposte. But there to our left, we have a caster. So what I like to do... Oh, shit! Well, I wasn't... Really? Really? One more? Jerk? Jeez! Guy's gonna kill me. What I like to do is actually I just run straight past him, and if you run in between those blades, they will block a lot of the shots from you ever being hit. And here I just like knocking him off. They do drop a weapon, but I am going to be hanging out in Sen's Fortress for a bit, because this is actually, in terms of grinding spots in the game, I'm going to be showing a very small grinding circuit. It's a very, very short, very, very boring grinding circuit, but there's an addition to it where you can get, I think it's like 20,000 souls. And now we have the Baldur Knights again. Alright, no more parries for me. No more parries for me. I don't know how to parry, apparently. Oh, this is going to hurt a lot. Bad Panda. Why did you turn around? Why would he turn around? Alright. Well, this is where the club has its issues, is that sometimes you can miss your backstabs, which is pretty terrible, and then you pay a hefty price from the swing animation. Ooh, I see a treasure. There's actually a few ways to get that, and I will be showing that off. But we want to come around the corner here first, because dun dun dun! And since I don't know how to parry tonight, we're not even going to bother. But we are going to club him like he's a baby seal. And I've been invaded. So here I'm going to try to show off something really unfair. And then we're going to switch some of our equipment, because I'm not going to be able to get that off. And we're going to hide for a moment and see if he comes looking down this way. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when you invade into Sen's Fortress, I'm sorry, this is going to be really boring for a moment. Just hate being invaded. Especially with my weapon choice. That's the other huge thing. My weapon choice is terrible for PvP. Very easy to get riposte. Equally easy to predict the moveset of it. So with that being said, we're just going to hang out here and see if I can lure him into an area that I'm more comfortable in fighting. And then, as you can see, I queued up the Pyromancy Iron Flesh, because what I do plan to do is tank anything that he's going to try to do to me. And, yeah. So boring. Fine. I'm just going to laugh when it's like... so I live in North America, and the game tends to have this thing where there's a way to roll down items from a top level character onto a lower level character, and I cannot do that because they patched it in North America. However, it hasn't stopped other players from doing it. So at the moment, I have a lot of jerks that like to invade me, and they take advantage of this. Alright, so these firebombs are actually going to give away my position. So what I'm trying to do is, if I can... Perfect. There's actually only 2 ways to get to where I am right now, and I just did the one. So this is also a cute little hiding spot if you're ever in Sen's Fortress and you need to hide for a while. You just hide where the sniper crossbow is. Oh, that's my shadow. I was about to say, oh, there I can see the shadow. I know exactly where this dude is. Nope. You know what, guys? I'm actually just going to cut until I either find him or he kills me and I'll be all salty and pissed off. So, excuse me for just a moment.